Welcome to Box of Base, and in today's episode, we're going to be going over Team USA's World Baseball Classic pool play rotation, who should start each game. And I do want to preface by saying I don't think there's necessarily any wrong order. This is just my idea of what is the most optimal way to set up these pictures for pool play. And we start off with the schedule for Team USA in pool play, which is versus Brazil is the first game on March 6th. Then it's versus Great Britain on March 7th. And then it's versus Mexico on March 9th, which is, in my opinion, the most important game of this pool play. I'll talk a little bit about that later in the video. And then it's versus Italy March 10th to close out pool play. In game 1, USA versus Brazil, I put Joe Ryan as the starter. Why? Because it's an easier matchup in the group. And look, there's nothing against Joe Ryan. I think he's a great pitcher. I think he's sometimes underrated. But honestly, I just trust the other guys in this rotation a lot more. So I would put him up against Brazil, which is an easier matchup. And it gets the USA off to a strong start. And hey, if he pitches well enough, I understand there's a pitch count limit per WBC rules on the starters. But if he pitches well enough, he could save the top bullpen arm for later matchups that might be a little more important. And even for the tournament as a whole. Next up, in game 2, USA versus Great Britain, I put Logan Webb. Why Logan Webb? Because it's a favorable matchup for Logan Webb. I think he's a very underrated pitcher. I think, in my opinion, like right in that tier below Ace. He's the ace of the San Francisco Giants. And honestly, I like his ground ball rate. He's been one of the best ground ball pitchers in baseball for a while since he debuted. So it really could allow him to go deep into the game, save some of the arms in the pen. I do understand that Logan Webb did raise his strikeout rate this past season. I was striking out a lot more batters, but still, that ground ball rate is something I really like. And again, could save the pen arm, can let him go deep into the game, which again is important because of those pitch limits for WBC rules. And then also, again, it would give us a commanding 2-0 lead because I really do think that Brazil and Great Britain should be the two easier games in this group. Next up, we have Game 3 USA versus Mexico, which, like I said earlier, is the most important game in pool play. And I put Paul Skeens to start. Now, look, you could have easily put Tarek Skubal, but I'm picking Paul Skeens. This is must-win game for USA. I mean, to be frank, Mexico has absolutely destroyed and kicked USA's butt in WBC history. So you put your best out there, make a statement with your best, and you pick Paul Skeens, who's the ultimate patriot as well. I mean, he's somebody who was formerly at Air Force. He said he wants to return back to Air Force when he's done with his playing career. I don't know how true that is, but those are his words. And also, when he got the call to join Team USA, he basically told Mark DeRosa, you don't even have to throw me your pitch. I'm 100% going to play. And he's also come out and said he wants to play in every single World Baseball Classic in his career. So, honestly, it's the best. Cy Young Award winner, one of the best young pitchers. I think Paul Skeens is perfect to throw against Mexico. And then next up is Game 4, final game of pool play, USA versus Italy. Again, like I mentioned in the Mexico game, you could easily start Kubal versus Mexico. You could easily start Skeens versus Italy. But I'm doing it this way because I think it's the most optimal way to do this rotation. And Tarek Skubal starts versus Italy because it's a very lefty heavy team, and he's obviously a lefty. I mean, the fact that Team USA has the two best pitchers in baseball, not just in MLB, but in all of baseball, and they're both Cy Young Award winners, bona fide aces, and one of them's a righty and one of them's a lefty. That is one of the biggest advantages in all of the tournament. If you have a lefty heavy lineup, you throw Tarek Skubal. If you have a righty heavy lineup, you throw Paul Skeens. And again, it's a great way to close out pool play. We've seen Tarek Skubal dominate in the big games in the postseason, and it's a great way to get into quarterfinals. I understand that Skeens is way more strikeout heavy than anything else, but again, if he could give us at least 5 or 6 innings minimum, then it's a great way to enter quarterfinals, especially with a well rested bullpen. So yeah, that's how I line up the rotation. So anyways, you guys let me know what changes you would make to the rotation. Let me know in the comments below. And also, make sure to subscribe and share this video because it would mean a ton to me. I appreciate all the support. And again, let me know what changes you would make to this rotation because again, I don't think there's any wrong reason. Thank you all for watching and I'll catch you guys in my next video.